finest in home electronics, time travel or atomic smash. $6, $7, $8 and 41, 42, 43.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Nur Izzatul Shifa binti Ismail, matrix number 262754. This is my roommate. So the title that we get is graduates are having difficulties in paying back their loan. While this may not be viewed as a crisis, it certainly poses a problem. For example, PT-PTN defaulted owed 39 billion in outstanding payment. Nonetheless, there are some potential solutions to this issue, suggest a way to solve the problem. Before I start, I want to introduce you about what is loan. Loan is an amount of money that is owed, often from a bank, and has to be paid back, usually together with an extra amount of money that you have to pay as a charge for borrowing. Loans come in many different forms, including secured, unsecured, commercial, and personal loan. This is problem statement. First, difficulties in paying back their loan, and the graduates unemployed and get a decent salary. Nowadays, there are many problems that graduates have to face, especially about the loan. As a graduate, they have to start a new life and needs to survive themselves. You can see graduates are having difficulties in paying back their loan. While this may be viewed as a crisis, it certainly poses a problem. So, for example, graduates need to pay to PT-PTN and another loan like a car loan, personal loan, and housing loan. So it can be a big problem when graduates are unemployed to get a decent salary. Sometimes graduates do not have enough income to settle their loan repayment on time. If we ignore this issue, that might be a problem for graduates to settle their loans. Nonetheless, there are some potential solutions to this issue.
Hello and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Arina binti Muhammad. My matrix number is 265206. Okay, now we continue to the slide. Okay, I want to tell about the recommendation solution for the graduates whose difficulties to paying back their loan. Okay, so now I want to tell about the solution or tips for the recommendation solution. Okay, first, the graduates need to make sure before they took their loan, they need to make some research about their loan. For example, the graduates or the students need to know what is advantages and disadvantages about your loan. And you need to know all the specifics of your loan. Okay. The second tip is the graduates or students need to book side job, which is when you study, you can get side money by the side job while you study. On that case, you can save your money for the future. Okay. Third tips is the graduates also need to know the grace period of repayment the loan. So you need to make sure that you know when you need to pay the loan, and you need to know how to pay it. And the fourth is, as a student, you need to make sure that you achieve a first class to qualify the PT-PTN loan. Okay, now we move to the next slide, which is about the strategy. Okay, for the snowflake strategy. Okay, what is snowflake strategy? Snowflake strategy, which is strategy, needs a small saving money to paying back the debts. So, as a graduate, you can use this alternative or this method to help all of you can pay back your loan after finish your studies. For example, the graduates could use money from a repeat check or money from the side job during your studies to help you pay down the. Okay, now we continue on to the other slides, which is tips about the how to use this snowflake strategy. As I mentioned in the previous slide, that snowflake strategy which is use a small saving money. So I want to tell 2 tips how to using it. Okay, first, you as a graduates, you need to make the most of extra cash in your bank account. So you need to make sure that you saving your money during the studies to you use in the future. Okay. The second tip is, as a student or graduates, you need to find a lot of ways to cut down on spending and need look for ways to find extra cash in your budget. For example, if you want to buy things, you need to make sure that your things is necessities to you. If not, just buy a basic needs, which is the necessity. Okay, this is for a few tips from to make sure that you can paying your loan. So as a graduate, you can follow this strategy or tips to make sure that you can settle your loan when after you finish your studies. Okay, that's all.
Hi, my name is Shakira. My matric number 272568. We believe that the concept we are introducing is a great way to solve this problem. This concept is called snowflakes. For those who are in field of finance or economy may be familiar with this concept because this concept is the one of the 3 solution for those who have the income problem but want to make a payment for the debt at the same time. So this snowflakes concept is suitable for those who have the problem income or unstable income, such as a graduate but want to solve the education loan. This snowflake is the most cost effective compared to the others concept, but it's high frequency payment where each payment is based on individual capabilities, which means they need to make a payment maybe 2 or 3 times a month when they have an excess of money. By applying this concept, I believe that they can finish the loan, but it took a long time of period since they have to make a payment with a small amount of money but frequency. For those who want to using this strategy, they need to know the flow, but the amount of money doesn't matter as long as you can make a payment. After getting the money, they need to calculate their expenses. At this time, they need to meticulous and realize the amount of they get is for how many days. After getting the assumed amount of expenses for a certain day, they need to separate it and get the balance. They can repay the loans with all of that balance or half of it. It's up to them since this strategy is based on their own capabilities. Example situation, Ali is unemployed but he tried to make his own online business in Shopee. from there, he got a payment from Shopee. For time, the customer received the goods. Since he was new in the business, the payment he got could be 3 to 5 times a month. So every time he got the payment, he tried to use half or 1/3 of receiving payment to pay the loan after calculating their other expenses. From the example, they need to make some effort to make money, whether having a part-time job or trying to do a business or so on. Besides that, they need to know an expert with the money management to ensure that they can continuously make a loan payment frequently for a month.
My name is Dr. Aisha Dynamic Ismail. My metric number is 265471. I would like to present about analysis of the strategy. It have two, which is how to apply the strategy and how to manage debt repayment. Our life are full of spending decisions. Not only do we have many situations where we open our wallets to spend money, we also make choice where we choose not to spend money or when we choose to use the resource we have to pay later. Therefore, we have many opportunities to choose to spend less. Sometimes, that choice will not affect our quality of life. And other times, it may not be worth it too. The more we realize our choice and what we will do if we do not focus on paying down debt, the more snowflakes we will see and collect. Debts may not be discharged immediately, especially if we have made significant investments such as buying a home. However, that can be managed more effectively so that we have better control over our financial situation. In our debt, it well managed, it will have a positive impact on our long-term credit health. 5 steps on how to apply the strategy. First, make a comfortable snack first. For example, we can easily make microwave ovens at home. Make a large batch and put it in the fridge and snowflake the money we save instead of buying a large amount of convenient food at the store. Second, carefully compare price and find the best grocery store deals. Make a list of the most common items we buy, then see how much they cost in different grocery stores. Turn to the cheapest, and then every time we buy groceries, tell the difference between the price of the goods compared to the old store. Third, skip the drinks and drink mineral water instead. If we used to drink sweet or juice every day, avoid it and drink mineral water instead. Then, spend the money you save by not drinking that sweet or juice. Next, replace incandescent lamp with LED. Modern LEDs have exceptional light quality that is comparable to ordinary incandescent. They also use only a fraction of their energy. So every time you replace a regular incandescent lamp with an LED, energy bills decrease slightly. This can benefit from snowflakes by contributing to the difference between the latest and the previous year's bill for debt payments. And then lastly, do not speed when driving. In general, fuel efficiency drops quickly over 50 miles per hour, reducing your efficiency by 1% or more for every additional. In addition, braking and acceleration consume your fuel efficiency. If we were to keep the speed below or at the speed limit and maybe reduce braking and accelerate in the city, we could easily save 5% of our fuel bill. How to manage debt repayment also have 5 steps. First, record our spending and do list. The best way to control debt is to analyze our spending habits and identify all the unnecessary expense. For example, for a period of 1 month, record every cent we spend, including what we consider a small expense, such as a food. By doing this, we will be able to clearly see how much we spend and how we can reduce it. Next, make a list of all our debt obligations and the benefits that apply to each of these loans. Sort everything according to interest rates from highest to lowest. Once we take this step, it is easier to see where you can reduce your expense. Second, decrease spending insignificant. Add all expense to our list and compare them with monthly income. If it is less than what we can, use the extra money to pay off the debt. When it comes to income, we need to avoid spending that is unavoidable or unimportant. Third, decrease fees. Find creative ways to lower our home bill, move to lower rentals, or refinance a mortgage at a lower price. If we have a good record of payments, we can ask our credit card company to consider the interest rate deduction they set. Next, find a way to increase income. Consider whether there are ways to increase our salary, such as overtime or work on public holidays. We might also consider secondary income, such as teaching part-time or running an online business. Next, find a way to increase income. Consider whether there are ways to increase our salary, such as overtime or work on public holidays. We might also consider secondary income, such as teaching part-time or running an online business. The last, settle our debt and highest interest rates first. Once we figure out the maximum amount we can afford to pay each month, first settle the debt with the highest interest rates. By doing so, we will save in the long run.
In conclusion, this report is to suggest a way for the graduates to pay back their loans. First, build side income. Research for our loan debt snowflake method. As I mentioned before, the graduates are having difficulties in paying back their loans. So we give some solution for them. It is they need to build a side income during studies. They can do some business as part-time to earn extra income. Every solution has its advantages. Some go with this concept that we suggest. Besides that, as a graduate must make some research for our loan. Before deciding to sign up for it, they must know all details about the loan agreement. Next, the student should achieve first class to qualify for the PTPTN loan rebate. As a student, need to perform in the study and make sure can get dean list every semester. Lastly, the graduates also can use the debt snowflake method. We know that this method has many benefits for fresh graduates. The debt snowflake can be used along with the snowball and the debt balance method. You can use some savings to settle your debt. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you.